Dude.
This is VZ Music.
What the hell is going on, guys? What a great day of hoops we have. This is an amazing slate. Holy shit.
Yeah, solid day. Happy post-Thanksgiving feast. Now we're on to the 30 days of Christmas that we have here, 25 days of Christmas. I already saw Elf on the TV like 5 times waking up this morning, so yeah, it's that time of the year. It was a pretty good day yesterday. How we feeling, boys? How's the holidays?
Not too bad. Yesterday blew dick, so hopefully today's better, but based on this card, I don't fucking know. This is certainly something, what they've given us today. They could have taken some games from yesterday and put them today, but what do I know?
Yeah, it wasn't. It was good. It was all right. 13-10 yesterday. 1-1 on our rhythm plays. So things were good. But yeah, 13-10. Could have ended the night better. I was sitting at 12-7. Pittsburgh was an easy one. Good cap there. And then Mississippi State hurt me. Colgate was fighting but never did. And Dayton ended the night. So could have been worse. Could have been 12. Could have been a little worse. But yeah, 13-10. Propels me into 31 units in November. So, but like everyone, I'm just tracking per month based on the units, obviously totals too. But we're starting per month, and we're sitting almost above. We're sitting above almost 500 bets almost coming up on in November. So it's been a fun ride with you guys. Final couple days. We only have this day and tomorrow left. But yeah, it was a pretty good day. VCU, we were spot on with Trev. Northeastern, UConn, that was easy. Richmond with a absolutely blown cover. They were up 14, 15 points. Somebody call Cash Patel on the Richmond Spiders because time to investigate them. The no cover there was absolutely fraudulent. Missed free throws at the end. So, yeah, it was kind of up and down. I went from 3-1 to 3-5 to 8-5. Or excuse me, to 10-5, to 11-6, and then finishing at 13-10. So kind of was just a up, then down, then up, then down, then semi-up kind of day. So, but hey, green is green, as we like to say. And yeah, but it was a fun one. Glad we took Marquette plus 2.5. The Missouri-Cleveland State under was free. Cleveland State was 0 points in the first 10 minutes of the basketball game, by the way, just so you guys know if you didn't catch that. Arkansas State. So a lot of good bets yesterday, a lot of good spots that we hit. Yeah, it was an all right. It was an all right day. Elliot, did you get any eyes on any of the games?
Yeah, nope, no eyes on any of the games. Just was catching up recap last night for a little bit. Shout out Stanford with that crazy buzzer beater win. That was pretty cool. Down 2, 4 seconds left, missed the free throw. Get the offensive rebound, kick it to the 3, and hit that 3. Pretty crazy play. Pittsburgh as well with that buzzer beater, almost in the exact same spot on the opposite side of the court as they did last year to Ohio State. That was pretty sweet as well. So look to fade those teams here in their upcoming game. But yeah, I know I've been busy with Thanksgiving. Haven't placed a bet, which is, you know, a little bit feels a little different, feels a little bit weird, but it's been fun. It's been fun seeing family, hanging out with family, and just kind of getting away for a little bit, resetting. But But got one more Thanksgiving today, and then, like you said, on to the 25 days or 26 days of Christmas, whatever it is. So ready to lock back in.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, welcome back. Yeah, it was a good Thanksgiving. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. It's going to be a fun one if you look at the slate. So thanks everyone in the chat for joining. We're sponsored by Rhythm, the Pump Fake Pod, partnering with Rhythm. Been tracking Rhythm plays of the days, and then maybe in the next few episodes we'll be bringing on a Rhythm employee as well to go over all the insights, predictive modeling. Literally have to just pull your phone out, take a look at the bets, and what their model is offering with their smart signals. You can turn up the win probability metrics so you can have stronger win odds based on their model. So you can literally fine tune it how you want. You can also create your own model with all the years of historical data that they have. But we don't have to sit here and worry about the transfer portal and all the stats and all the roster changes because they've been able to do that with their data behind the scenes. So make sure to sign up with rhythm.com or download rhythm.ai on the App Store, promo code PFP25 for 25% off your first month. And make sure to hit that like button on this video. And appreciate you guys in the chat. We're about to be diving into a fun slate. So, yeah, Trevor, you'll bounce back today. I'll have a stronger day. Yeah, but this is why we bet in volume. 13 and 10. It can go from this to that, but it goes quickly. And for all the reads that we have, we're going to trust our gut more than often, and it works out in the end. I saw in the chat somebody was saying a full unit. Sometimes if you don't stray from that, you don't buy that juice like the 110 and the 118. That's where you end up losing. If you strictly bet half units and full units with volume, it's going to work out in the end more so than not. But it's just also based on discipline alone too, and not chasing. So make sure when you're betting volume, you're betting not more than you can. And maybe only up to a unit max, half units. If you're getting 20 bets out there, that half unit can go a long way for you. And it's worked out for me. Check the picks page in the comment section. Be updating this semi-live today on the episode since we're starting late. And then it's all on our Twitter as well at Pump Fake Pod also. Shall we? The midshipmen are laying 3.5 against SELA. Over unders 135.5. This line kind of reeks, in my opinion, but I will go ahead and take Navy to start off the day and a favorite here. Navy's kind of they had a solid offensive showing early on in the season, and then sometimes they've been able to just kind of lay an egg and blunder, but losing 30 to UNC by 30 to UNC Wilmington yesterday, only scoring 57. I expect their offense to pick up. SELA was in a dogfight with Gardner-Webb yesterday, and Navy's just a tad better. I will lay it with Navy with the 3.5 available on Caesars.
Yeah, I don't know. Navy is infuriating. They should be better than they are. They got the number 1 minute continuity from last year, and they're still kind of fairly not competitive in these games. I mean, they beat Presbyterian, NJIT, and Gardner-Webb. They've lost everybody else: Yale, Penn State, UNC, and UNC Wilmington. So I mean, it's not a bad schedule. But I don't know. SELA has played a tough one too. They played Ole Miss. They played Mississippi State. They've gone to Wilmington. Wilmington was that whatever was that Wednesday night? Yeah, the 12.5 fouling to get there. So shout out them. But Navy, they shoot good free throws, but they turn the ball over a bunch. They haven't been really competitive. I'll take Gardner or SELA. I'm not going to bet this though.
Okay. Elliot?
Yeah, I'll be on the Navy side here. I think fresh off of getting 30 piece by UNC Wilmington, they'll look to respond. They've got good veterans there. Like you always say, Trev. They've returned. They're the team that's returned the most production minutes there in the NCAA. So I think they'll look to bounce back here, seal off of a good kind of grinded out win against Gardner-Webb. So I'll back Navy here at the short number. And also shout out Ian Lawson, Tried Rhythm. Yesterday cooked up a $50 underdog prop bet for the Bears and won 400. So
Oh yeah.
that's something you can definitely get on and do with rhythm. Doesn't always have to be college basketball. It could be anything, any sport. I know Trev went started out 10-0 in WNBA, something like that. So it's not just for college basketball; it could be for anything. So that's awesome, man. Congrats.
Nice hit, yeah.
Yeah, very nice hit. Thank you. Thank you, and for tuning into that. And yeah, he's exactly right. It doesn't have to just be CBB. Can be NFL. I know we were making a lot of bets on WNBA. And Jeff, come on, man, let's go. Yeah, but that's what I get it. I know I've been hot, but hey, greed takes you down. I'm gonna stay disciplined with my half unit plays for now with the amount I'm betting. But yes, if you're betting a full unit, you could be up just times it by 2 basically. I still factor in the juice with the returns. Bethune-Cookman's catching 28.5 at Assembly Hall. Over under is 149.5. I think this line kind of shot up. It was like 26.5. Let's double down on the fandom today. I will take the Indiana Hoosiers minus 28.5. They're gonna absolutely, they've played down to their competition like Incarnate Word and Lindenwood. They absolutely laid an egg and then stepped it up with K-State and an absolute drilling. I think they double it down and return. Give me the Hoosiers. They bounce back here. And a Bethune-Cookman who's been really traveling a lot. They've been kind of bouncing around. Normally I would take Bethune on the spread here, but with their roster that they have, I think we've really enjoyed this team. But weird travel spot, going to Florida, now back to Indiana. They haven't looked good offensively. I think that continues for Bethune.
Yeah, I'll take Indiana's team total. I'm looking at what it is.
It would be like
over 89 and over 89. You look at, I know it's kind of like a weird spot for Indiana. Just played Kansas State. Now you got Bethune-Cookman, then you got to go to Minnesota on deck. But we saw that with Purdue yesterday. They didn't give a shit. They just blew them out. Bethune played Auburn. It was an overtime game, but they gave up 95, 101 to Florida, 91 to Dayton. And then they've been playing, Jacksonville, Stony Brook since. So haven't been running it up. But this is an Indiana team that can score points, 95, 100, 101. They put up 86. And then Incarnate Word and Lindenwood, they didn't give a shit. They scored 73 and 69. But I think they'll be able to get the pace and score points. So I'll take the team total over 89 for Indiana.
Yeah, I'll lay it here with Indiana as well. I am a little nervous with just the kind of sandwich spot that they have after beating K-State. Then they open up Big Ten play against Minnesota. They're on the 3rd, so that'll be their upcoming game. So they might be looking ahead a little bit to the Big Ten opener. Also, 11 a.m. tip. Indiana football just absolutely destroyed Purdue last night. Maybe people are going to be sleepy because that was kind of a late game for the Indiana-Purdue football game. But I don't really want to bet it just because Cookman is definitely off of the travel spot. MTE as well, traveling from basically damn near home Daytona. So I like fading these MTE teams going off the MTE. So I'm a little conflicted, but I'll lay it with Indiana. I think that's more than likely the outcome.
I don't know what football's got to do with basketball, but I don't think we're worried. I don't think the Hoosiers are worried about that game. 28.5 point spread, exact same spread last night as the football game, just so you guys know. They were sleepy at first, for sure, offensively, but they picked it up and then absolutely drilled them. And AB Custom, I like the shout out. I think it could be a fast way to break even, but track the picks page, easier said than done. But it could lead to that. But that's why you don't buy the juice. That's why you just focus on your discipline and betting. But I think betting 1 or 2 games a day only at higher units is actually more dangerous, and that goes for longer runs and shorter runs. All right, Manhattan's laying 1.5 against Army. Over-under's 154.5. Sorry, troops. I'll take Manhattan money line. I'm probably not going to bet that game, though. But I'll take Manhattan money line. I think they're better than Army. And no, this is a home game for Army, so I expect them to show up. Manhattan's kind of been traveling, bouncing around, so I will take Manhattan, no bet.
Yeah, I'll take Manhattan. No bet. They're off that overtime game, but they can get to the line and they can actually shoot the 3-ball. And much better not turning the ball over. So I'll take Manhattan, but they are off that overtime game versus Wagner. So maybe they're a little dead leg, but Manhattan or nothing for me in this one.
Yeah, I'll take the under here, under 154.5. Manhattan off the overtime game, like you said. Little dead legs. Army can't really play a lot of offense either. So I expect this game to kind of be played in the 70s, something like that. So that was one of my frustrating losses. The last time I had the card was I had Manhattan -3. They're up double digits all game. End up blowing it there down the stretch and coming up to find a way to lose it in overtime. So I'm actually glad they lost.
Yeah, Manhattan.
Yeah, I'll take the under here. But don't know if I'll bet it, but I think that's the best bet.
All right. Detroit's laying 2.5 against Niagara. Over-under's 142.5. This is a true home game for Niagara and Gallagher. Who's Detroit going on the road to be laying points? They haven't won a game against a D1 opponent yet. I know Niagara's super volatile. I'm not going to read into the lines like a fortune teller on Detroit Niagara. I'll take the home dog here. Give me Niagara and the Purple Eagles.
Yeah, I'll take Detroit. I think they're laying points for a reason. Like, why in the fuck are they doing that? They can actually shoot free throws and rebound a bit. They got size advantage big time, and they're number 2 in bench minutes, so they're getting fresh legs out there. I don't know. They're favored for a reason. Give me Detroit. I'm going to bet this one too. It's getting nasty.
I'm betting this too. Let's battle. Niagara plus 2.5. Easy.
Yeah, I'll battle here. I think they win this outright on the money line. They've played one home game and beat Delaware State by 11. I know Delaware State's absolutely awful, but I think Huff said it perfectly. Who's Detroit Mercy to be laying points on the road at all, ever? So give me Niagara.
Detroit hasn't won a game all year versus a D1 team, and now they're laying points on the road.
I think you're looking.
Lock it up.
Weird.
Hospital. Check in, get your gown, and grab a bed because they're winning the fucking game by 7.
Because Greg Paulus is doing trans surgery on on basketball to football. So yes, shout out Greg Paulus, and then back to basketball for Greg. So he's all over the place. I like it. Give me Greg Paulus. There's no Lovejoy on Detroit, Trevor.
I'm aware, and yet they're still laying points. This is telling. Come on, boys. It's telling you. It's telling you. It's saying, hey, guys, we know who wins. Take Detroit.
It's a trap.
You guys are like, nah.
It's all right.
Don't fall for the soup. Don't fall for the soup.
It's all right. It's all right. Battles have been easy lately. Longwood's laying points against Maine. I believe this is a MTE in Washington, D.C. at the American home court. Maine's fucking ass. I'm not betting Longwood, though, because they've been able to just not show up on these types of short spreads. And Longwood, I was flat out wrong with them maybe on who they were early in the season. I expect them to have a better non-conference start. And they've just absolutely been duds. So, yeah, I'll lay it with Longwood. No bet for me, though. I think Maine stinks.
Yeah, Maine does stink. They've been getting blasted. Stony Brook, they lost by 11. American beat them by 13. Merrimack beat them by 8. Brown by 5, Quinnipiac by 6, Rutgers. Well, Rutgers, you could rope into these teams. They beat them by 12. I think Longwood gets it done here. They've been the last game was the home loss to Maryland Eastern Shore. They went to Columbia and Siena, got blasted, and now they're back home, laying 4.5. This is a spot for Longwood. I think they might make life hell. They can actually shoot the free throws, top 10 in the country. So I'll trust a team that can actually shoot to cover this 4.5 come late game with some fouling. So give me Longwood laying the 4.5.
Yeah, I'll lay it with Longwood as well. No bet for me, though. Longwood's offense has just been ass. I've watched several other games here, last 2-3 games, and didn't watch the Siena game, but watched the 2 previous against Columbia and even with Maryland, they couldn't even score. With Longwood right now.
Elliot, you're breaking up.
Yep, Mr. Robato.
Domo Goregato, Elliot, Robato.
Lay it, Longwood, no bet.
La Tech is laying 12.5 against Alcorn.
Before we get into this one, hold on. Is this true? Niagara opened as the favorite and flipped to the dog? They did. No more Detroit. Line flip special. Give me Niagara.
God.
Give me Niagara.
You cannot back out of this now.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. There's a line flip.
No.
There's a line flip. I didn't know there was a line flip. That moved way too many. Let's go Niagara.
No.
Lucky I didn't bet this yet.
All right, so you're in then? All right.
Oh, yeah, I'm in on Niagara.
All right, I'll take Detroit. No.
All right, Detroit, Maryland.
Be my guest. If you want to fade a line flip.
Hey, you're the one that was just saying, look into the line. Why is it open?
I know, but I thought they opened as a favorite. I come to find out they didn't. Throw that shit out the window.
All right, we accept you over into Niagara Falls. La Tech's laying 12.5. Alcorn State just played a chippy game against Indiana State. Got it done on the road. I don't think that they can replicate it, but I don't think this La Tech team's worth this many points, so I will lay it with La Tech. No bet.
Yeah, I'll lay it. I mean, they played Jackson State and busted their ass by 17. They've played just Indiana State the last 2 weeks, so they get a new look at an opponent. Alcorn coming off of that big Indiana State win. They're falling back to earth here. They're going to fall flat, and they're not going to hit shit. I mean, they were 11 of 18 at the line. They shot 61% inside the arc. They turned it over 20 times, and they still somehow won. Indiana State is terrible. La Tech is better than Indiana State, I think. Not by much, but they are. I'll lay it. I know this is a big number, but I think it's a big number for a reason. Alcorn smelling themselves after winning finally. And La Tech is going to just eat their lunch. Give me La Tech laying the points.
Yep, I'll take Alcorn State plus the points, but not going to bet it just off of them getting their first D1 win and that upset win over Indiana State. So Alcorn State plus the points.
Yeah, good spar there, I guess. This one's fun. Northern Kentucky's 5.5 against Boston. Over under is 142.5. Do you guys got anything in this one?
I mean, PU's playing. Generally don't want to back them. They're pretty ugly, but Northern Kentucky is, well, actually they've won 3 straight. I thought they were losing streak.
Not bad.
I'm thinking of maybe Eastern Kentucky or something. Yep, Eastern Kentucky's a team I'm thinking of. They lost 5 straight. I don't know. I don't like Boston. They just played Penn State hard. Penn State's garbage. We all know that. And then that Columbia game, Columbia was 7 of 21 from 3, 13 of 30 inside the arc. It's not like they were turning the ball over like 20 times. They just couldn't hit a shot. It is what it is, but I don't think Northern Kentucky is going to have that issue. They do have Cleveland State on deck, so a little horizon action, but Boston is pretty ugly. Their defense is disgusting. Northern Kentucky forces turnovers. And they shoot better free throws and they can actually shoot the ball a little bit too. I know Boston can, but they statistically, but if you just look at what they do this year, they suck. They're horrendous. Their defense is garbage. It's way worse than how much better their offense is, if that makes sense. I want no part of BU. Give me Northern Kentucky. Just getting chalky today. This is sketch.
Yeah, I don't know which Boston team is going to show up. We've seen this team at times play offensively, but defensively has been an issue. We've seen them pick up the pace, though, offensively. And Northern Kentucky likes to push pace as well. You said it best. Defenses are lackluster. I think we're getting a misprice on this over 142. I will lock up the over 142.5 in Boston, Northern Kentucky. Yes, a total for Boston pre-flop, not live. I think too many people are looking at these two teams and in the past of how they've seen with the under. It's going to sit around that number. And I just think it's a little too low for a spread that's 5.5, that the foul game could be massive for this over. So I will take Boston NKU and a hold your nose over 142.5. Bet.
Yeah, I'll lay it with Northern Kentucky here. They've been good at home so far this year, so I'll ride that momentum there at home with the Norsemen and back LaBB's alma mater. So let's go Norse.
Cool. Trevor, UCF is laying 26.5 against the Virginia Military Institute. Over under 156.5. I'm sorry, Keydets. There's no way I can bet you, but I don't know if I want to lay this many points that early 2 times. I'm going to take the UCF team total over. This will be my first live betting watch angle. Sitting at 91.5. I think we could see a slower start for UCF after they just scored 100-something points against Quinnipiac. I think it could be sluggish, but then it always corrects itself in the end. I think if we can get around like 80s in the 80s, it's going to be solid. So I'm going to keep that as a live angle for me, but that's UCF team total over versus VMI. VMI's defense is atrocious this year, and athletically just do not match up for UCF. But with it being so early, I'm kind of worried about the spread on that one.
Yeah, UCF defense is horrendous. So is VMI. UCF's got Towson on deck, so I don't know how much they're really looking forward to. Yeah, Towson's good, but how much do they really give a shit? They've been off for a business week, 5 days. So VMI coming in off of Wednesday, getting blasted by 30-something to Bowling Green on a neutral. Now they're going to hit the road immediately again. UCF should have covered against Quinnipiac. They were horrendous the first half. Second half, they clamped and they played much better defense. And then it was I think they were down 6 at half, and then they were covering the last 5 seconds until Quinnipiac got a shot off, and of course it goes in. So that was brutal. But I think VMI is significantly worse than who was that? Quinnipiac. I don't think that's a hot take. And they still were down 6 at half, and they managed to pull away and won by double digits. I think UCF can get there, but I just don't trust their defense. I think they put up a lot of points. So give me an over 156.5. Not a strong conviction on this, though, just because you got to trust VMI to do something. But I would not be betting an under in a UCF game, though.
Yeah, I'll lay it. No bet. Sleepy turkey spot. UCF. VMI enjoying themselves. They're down in Florida after the MTE. So they might come out sluggish as well. But lay the big number. No bet.
Yep. Live team total over for me. Hofstra is laying 5.5 against Merrimack. Over under is 135.5. I just don't think there's going to be enough points to run away, but I'm kind of worried about Merrimack's offense personally. I'll take Hofstra minus 5.5. I'll wait to see if I can get them like money line live or something, though. I'm not going to completely give up on this angle, but I don't trust enough to bet it right now.
Muted. Yeah, like you said, the offense is sketch. Like I don't trust either one of these teams to really go nuclear or run and gun. I think it's going to be ugly. I mean, you got two teams that don't like to play incredibly fast. Neither can shoot. I mean, fuck, Merrimack shooting sub 28% from 3 and 45% inside the arc. They're not getting anything. And it's not like Hofstra's defense is lights out or anything, but they play fairly good defense, and they're going to have a size advantage in this one. And they don't play bench minutes, so at some point, legs are just kind of second half just kind of tired. I want to play slower. I'll take the under 135.5 in this one. This one's got like 58-66 written all over it.
Yeah, I'll lay it with Hofstra here. Penn MTE, they're in the Palestra neutral site game. This under could be in play, but it's pretty low. I think it's kind of spot on, so I don't want to have anything to do with the number. So lay it with Hofstra. No bet for me.
All right.
Merrimack's like dead last in the country, almost like in their lunch eating inside. They're 360 in the country on offense. Their shots getting blocked. They struggle to get the ball off.
Texas State's laying 5.5 against Lehigh. Both teams are booty cheeks. Over under is 132.5. For me personally on this one, I would go back and forth and I'd be like, let's naturally bet Texas State, but offensively they are pretty bad. So for me,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
we don't care on this one. I'll take Texas State laying it, but I am nowhere near going to bet this game. I didn't need to see it from Texas State's offense, and no way anyone should be backing Lehigh here, even on a sleepy line. So give me Texas State, no bet.
I'll back Lehigh here on the plus 5.5. I'm not going to bet it, though. I'm just going to pick it just off the heartbreaker against UC Santa Barbara last night. Lost it with 9 seconds left, fouled. Actually, with 3 seconds left, fouled. The guy hit 2 free throws to win. They've been competitive in some of these games, especially testing themselves against Houston and some other teams, West Virginia. They've been fairly competitive. And then you go on the road, played UC Santa Barbara basically at home for – or no, was that – is it the Resorts World? Is that in Florida?
Yeah.
Or no, it's in Nevada.
The Resorts World events.
Oh, Resorts World in Las Vegas, yes.
It's in Nevada, so I'll be on Lehigh, but after that hard-fought loss, disappointing loss, I'll lay off of a bet. But I really kind of wanted to pull the trigger on them here, but I'll lay off.
I'll go with Lehigh. They do have a little bit of a fouling issue, but not as bad. Like yesterday, Santa Barbara shot 32 free throws, and they won the game by 2 points. I don't think Texas State's going to be getting those kind of calls again. Lehigh's disgusting, but they essentially lost the game because the refs called everything and sent Barber to the line 32 times for free throws. I'll take Lehigh, but no bet. No thank you.
IU Indy in the jungle, laying points with Morehead State. Over under is 183.5.
There's one play you have to do. Can't lay points with IU Indy. They're literally the worst defense in the country.
I know it's also just like points galore for everyone. I'm just trying to. I don't love laying points with. I don't really love this IU. I mean, we love this IU Indy team. Was a fun little start to the season, but they've kind of come back to earth a little bit. Now they're like on the money line. This is a home game though in the jungle. I'll take IUPUI money line. I will wait to bet this one though. I'm not fading them on their first. They're back in the jungle, baby. They're back in the jungle. Should I go to this?
I don't know if you want to subject yourself to that. It would be fun, but that'd be ugly basketball.
I think I'm going to go to Green Bay Thursday, December 11th. That looks more so up to pump fake pod speed there. What do you think about that, Trevor?
Yeah, I'd go to that. I'm probably going to go to the Green Bay IU Indy January 9th. Jet up to that's a Friday night too. Perfect. Yeah, I'll probably jet up to Green Bay and
that's what
check out that.
I'm not wasting a Saturday slate on IU Indy. No offense. It is fun going there though. Tickets are cheap. You can literally just sit front row. It's fun. So I will be going to that one, Green Bay, but not this one. I'll take IU Indy for them just being back in the jungle for the first time in a long time on the money line. Wait and see if I bet it.
I'm going to take Morehead with the points. You can't lay points with IU Indy. They are that defense is legitimately like the worst in the country. You can't trust them. Ken Palm has this 171 points and it's at 183. I debated maybe an under just because it's getting ridiculous with these numbers. 12 points off of Ken Palm. Obviously, Ken Palm is not the end all be all, but he's got it at this. He factors in everything, and they're going to inflate it just because of these games that IU Indy plays. I wouldn't want to bet an under, but it would be under nothing if I had to pick a side. Just at some point, they can't be scoring 200 points a game at some point, but who knows? And let's not forget the LAU game. There was 184 points. That was 94-90. I mean, I don't know if Morehead's going to be getting that many points, but I think they can kind of hang around. I mean, if there's a spot your offense gets going, it's definitely going to be against IU Indy.
Yeah, I'll take the over here. No bet. Ken Palm's been consistently about 10 to 11 points low on the totals that the book set. So I think the books just automatically set it maybe 10 to 11 points higher. That Air Force game was at like 170 or 160 something, and it opened at 178 or something like that. So they've been kind of consistently a little bit higher than that. I think maybe they're just trying to still get the fluctuation before the full numbers come through. But I'll be on the over. No bet for me.
Respect it. JMU's catching 12.5 against George Mason. This is back at George Mason, isn't it? Yes, it is. They're back home off of the MTE. Just beat FAU. Now they got James Madison coming in here. JMU they've been kind of whatever, up and down this year. I mean, they had that lead at Akron, and then I don't think they scored for 8 minutes and ended up losing by 14. They're back home. George Mason just won that MTE. They're kind of now you're traveling back home. It's been what they do Tuesday, so yeah, about a business week. I don't know. I want to take JMU. This is just too many points. I get George Mason's good, but they just won that MTE, traveled. Now they're back home with that trophy, feeling good, partying, whatever the hell they're doing. I'll take JMU at the 12.5. They keep this close. I think George Mason pulls it out, but I think they're going to be fighting for this one at home against JMU.
Yeah, I as much as I want to lay it with Tony Skinn and George Mason just because they've been beating the hell out of teams, I think there's a little hangover spot after the MTEs. Spot on, Trevor. They're really good, but it just seems like a lot of points. I will take James Madison plus the points. I think they've semi-fight and in an intrastate game, and James Madison randomly gets up. We've seen, like you mentioned, how up and down that they can be. So I'm nervous. Another cap on this is which James Madison team are we going to get? I'm going to bank on that we're getting one that can show up and fight against George Mason after they get back in a little sleepy spot. Still win the game. I don't think James Madison is live, especially with GMU at home. So, yeah, give me JMU with the plus the points. I think they just get this number and only lose by like 8 in the end against George Mason.
Yeah, sleepy spot for me for both teams coming off the MTEs. I'll take the under 142.5. I think JMU's defense is going to try to keep them competitive in this game, and George Mason's defense is going to definitely be able to lock down a not very good James Madison offense. So under 142.5 for me. I would take the points with JMU as well.
Monmouth is laying 6.5 against Lemoyne. Over unders 145.5. Monmouth. Ball State was competing. They were competing. Should have listened to my brain over my heart. Lemoyne got a win against Lafayette. So this is a big MTE matchup here in Easton, Pennsylvania. So I'll take Lemoyne, no bet. I think Lemoyne's actually pretty good this year. We were pretty high on them, actually, higher than we've been in the past with Lemoyne in their conference. But I'm not going to bet this. don't want to put the cash on Lemoyne today, but I do think there's times too. But with it kind of being a semi Monmouth, I don't know. I don't know. Monmouth can dominate with King Rice, so I'm going to stay off it. But give me Lemoyne. I think that they can show up in the MTE here. No bet.
Yeah, I'm with you. Give me Lemoyne. Pretty much everything you said. Yeah, Monmouth, good win versus Ball State yesterday, but their defense is solid. But what they strive on is getting to the rack and free throws, and Lemoyne's pretty good at not giving you, not fouling and giving you free points at the line. So I think Monmouth offense will struggle a little bit today. I think it's a lower total for a reason. I think both kind of struggle. I think Lemoyne keeps it close, and I think they're going to be maybe right there to win the game at the end, but. I do not want to have a Lemoyne money line taken in my pocket. Give me Lemoyne 6.5. Probably not going to bet this one though.
I'll be on the other side. We'll spar here. I'll be on Monmouth minus 6.5. They fought a competitive fight against Ball State, pulled it out 1-7. Lemoyne beat the home team there in the MTE by 13. I'll fade that big win on the true away court for Lemoyne and back Monmouth here.
You are betting that. All right, better man. Nice.
Spar.
Okay. All right.
Let's spar.
Harvard's laying 8.5 against Bryant. Over unders 138.5. I know it's Bryant. They're really bad. They have not shown up at all. I think Harvard can bounce back here, but laying this many points is really tough for me. I could be talked into it, but this just feels like a spot where, Harvard's lost 3 in a row. They played some good competition, but offensively they can show up, but just laying that many points with Harvard is tough, although Bryant is ass, so I could be talked into it, but this might be another no bet for me on this one, not knowing which Harvard team we're going to get.
Yeah, I'll lay it with Harvard. They're back. I believe they're back home. Correct. This is a true home. Yeah, they're back home. They did just play Boston or BU, BC, and then Penn State. So they played some top competition. I mean, they beat Marist on the road. That was that's a decent win. But other than that, I mean, Army, New Hampshire, not really impressive. But Bryant has been horrendous. They did beat Dartmouth, but other than that, I mean, Valparaiso busted them by 18, Siena by 16, Georgia Tech by 40, or 30. Sorry. So I mean, like they get blasted when they hit the road, and they just beat a D2 school at home. So maybe they're feeling good, but this team 41% effective field goal, 22% turnover, sub 25% offensive rebounding, 25% from 3. They can shoot free throws 80%. So at least they do one thing right, but Harvard doesn't give you points at the line. They're 349th in the country at allowing teams to get points at the line, which is good. You don't want them to be first. You want at the end. So they're elite at not giving them points at the line. I think Harvard just wins this one going away. I think they're laying a bigger number for a reason. I know it's Bryant, but it's at the end of the day, it's also Harvard. Give me Harvard. They bounce back, lose 3 games, pop back at home, and you get a Bryant team. They're going to bust their ass. Give me the Nerds laying 8.5.
Are we more enticed to take -4.5 first half or 8.5 full game?
That is intriguing.
I don't know. I feel like it could be a little sleepy opening spot.
But yeah, I'm just going to go full game. I never really have much luck picking and choosing first halves, except for when we were doing like Houston opponents team totals under first halves and shit like that. I've never really had much success picking and choosing when to lay it and play a full game. So I just stick with full game. But I don't hate the first half. I think they probably could come out and with some energy.
The 2 games at home this year so far, Harvard was down by 16 to New Hampshire in the first half, and they were down by 7. Math is hard. To Northeastern at home. So they've started out slow in their 2 home games. Maybe Coach Amaker is like, hey, we need to start out hot, and maybe that 4.5 would be okay.
All right, I'll take Harvard minus 8.5. No first half. I'll bet it. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow night if the first half hits, the second doesn't. But nah, I'm just kidding. I believe in the gun. I believe in the shoot. Southern Utah. I hate this team. Give me Stetson. Stetson's not bad. I actually like the Stetson team. They're well improved. This Southern Utah team, they have not been able to show up in this MTE at all. Robert Morris, 54 points against Robert Morris. Stetson at times can be feisty on offense. Who knows what team we're going to get. Give me Stetson plus the points. I'm not going to bet this, though, just due to the volatility of both teams.
I kind of want to lay it with Southern Utah. They're laying points on the road. They haven't had a D1 win this year. Stetson hasn't lost.
It's an MTE. It's in Robert Morris's gym.
Oh, yep. I'm looking at the wrong line. Okay, that is correct.
Still your same cap though, Trev. Same cap.
Yeah, I know. But that was a home and road. I thought this was a home game. I looked at the wrong line.
Damn near the
No,
same.
I looked at the wrong line. That one also flipped. I don't know. Give me Stetson. No bet. I was gonna like this better. Stetson was at home, but no bet.
I'll take Southern Utah. I don't want to bet it, but I'll spar with you guys here.
Yeah, Southern Utah's ass. Stetson has they wear hats. The freaking hat. They wear hats. Everyone's wearing hats right now on the show because no one's showered yet, obviously. UMBC's laying 13.5 against Delaware State. My God, this slate's ass. But I like it. This is the one you can dive into. Why is UMBC laying this many points? It's tough for me to lay that many points with UMBC. But I think that they can come out and drill them, man. I'm not going to bet on Delaware State. I'll take UMBC. Another no bets. 2 in a row. Next one I'm betting for sure. So.
Yeah, just because it's disgusting. Give me the 13.5 with UMBC, but I ain't touching this game. You're gonna win by 14 with a 135 total. I don't know. Something stinks with this game. I'll take UMBC. I ain't betting this game. No freaking way.
Delaware State sucks. I'll lay it with UMBC.
Dude, the people that are watching this game, absolute sickos when we got the high noon game going on. But I will have this. We'll have some college basketball definitely on the TV all over. We're gonna watch some rivalry games, but that's that UMBC Delaware State game. You're true D-Dren if you're betting on this one, especially laying points with UMBC.
You might be muted, Trev.
Yeah, I am again. If this was 2 or 3 years ago, this game would have been a banger. Western Carolina High Point. Unfortunately, it is not. We are 3 years in the future. Western Carolina is terrible. High Point looks pretty good though. I wasn't sure about them this year. They look damn good. UAB busted their ass, but they're back home after the 2 MTEs. Western Carolina has gone on the road. Yes, they played Cincy, Duke, and Lipscomb, but they've gotten absolutely pummeled in every single one. They beat Stetson and Nashville at home. High Point hasn't played in a week, and they don't play until Wednesday. They do have Southern Illinois at home. So I think there's a spot where they're just ready and itching to jump and go and get this done. So give me High Points. Their defense is really good. Their offense is really, really good. Again, wasn't sure about them, but I've been proven very wrong on High Point this year. And I think this is just another spot where they pummel. They just run it up. I think they win this game by 20 plus, obviously, if I'm going to lay it by 18. So give me High Point, laying the points. I may fire on this one just because the nostalgia from 3 years ago. It would have been a fun game to watch. With what was it? Vontavious Woolbright. Stud.
Yeah, I like the over in this one. I'm deciding right now between an over 88.5 and High Point or the over 160.5. I see a 160 available. I'm looking at right now. I foresee a good amount of points. I think High Point's can definitely be able to run it up, but we've seen that their defense also give up a good amount of points on offense. Not saying Western Carolina's offense is anything to write home about, but we say it all the time. LA Fitness, Lifetime Fitness ball. Western Carolina definitely can maybe get some inside points for some extra chances. But I think High Point's going to absolutely get out in the transition. They're going to force turnovers. They're going to absolutely run it up. They scored 91 and 90 on the neutral games, 93 last time at home, 85 against Jacksonville, who runs at slow pace, 97 against Furman on a neutral. I believe those in the Pentagon. Yeah, I will go ahead and take High Point team total over 88.5. I think they're gonna run it up for sure. I just am worried about maybe a backdoor. Chat, what do? I take full game over 88.5. I think I'm gonna go. I like team total over 88.5, but let me know.
Yeah, I'll back you on that team total over. I just think that West Carolina can throw up a little dud and score in the 60s here. They haven't been able to score much on the road as compared to home. Home still, their highest scoring game was 9 or 80 against the D1. But you look on the road, they put up 62, 63, 54, albeit, Cincinnati, Duke, definitely good defenses. But Lipscomb, you can only score 62. I'd just be worried about them putting up a dud. High Point hanging 95 on them. And they only get 65 and you lose by the hook. But so that's why I'd feel more comfortable with the High Point team total over. I'll bet that with you, Huff. I'll bet the High Point team total over. I was gonna just lay it at this big number.
We took 88.5, but let's just get 90. Sorry, I'm refilling my dog food. 88 to 88.5, but that's available on I think DraftKings. But dude, yeah, let's just get 90. Let's get 90.
Yep, I saw on shout out to the chat. This dipped a little bit. High Point's at 16.5, Trev. So I think you could maybe get a 16.5 possibly at one of your books.
I hate that team total with you guys, to be honest.
But yeah, I'll take the team total over, especially because you look at High Point, they play that run and gun style, just another emphasis. And in Western Carolina, the average possession length on defense is only 15 seconds, good for 11th in the country, which means technically, they're like the 354th worst with tempo rate, allowing other teams that play with tempo to play at a fast pace. So I think that bodes well for the High Point team total over. So that's what I'll be on.
Yeah, I pivoted. I'll take that team total over 88.5 with you guys. Let's go.
All right. I guess we'll have to hit. This is for High Point. I don't know how this correlates, but
what's the best kind of firework to buy?
Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
Where are your parents? Kid's sketchy. Back to you guys. You gotta look out.
Yeah, let's go. Kid sketchy. Let's go. Talk about sketchy.
I like the weather
Richmond.
What's going on? Yeah, what?
Richmond. Kid sketchy.
Rich what?
Richmond. Kid sketchy. Where are we at here? Goodness. Oh yeah. Houston Christian versus Georgia Southern. I will take another over. Georgia Southern, we're getting this price on this over. I know it's Houston Christian in the pace that they run, but we're going to get Georgia Southern on a low total number where we've seen them in the 160s. I know it's Houston Christian. I know that they can run and gun. They can slow it down versus the run and gun. But you have Georgia Southern who's had 2 offensive blunders in a row after they've been able to score in the 90s and allow 90 points. And I think Georgia Southern, beats Houston Christian on the spread, but I think I'm going to dive into this over and take Georgia Southern and Houston Christian to score a good amount of points. I foresee Houston Christian has no choice to run with Georgia Southern's pace, and this is back at home now for Georgia Southern in a true home game. I know that Houston Christian, the pace that they run, their defense can work, but with it being a home game, Houston Christian, they went to the Citadel on Wednesday. They've been kind of on the road. I expect their defense not to show up as they have in the past, Houston Christians, and Georgia Southern just lacks any defense. And then they also run tons of pace. So give me the over 148.5 against Georgia Southern and Houston Christian here, or with Georgia Southern and Houston Christian here.
Yeah, kind of have a system play here. This is 3 on KenPom, and they're laying. I see 7.5 now on DraftKings. So give me Georgia Southern, lay it. They're gonna run Houston Christian out the gym today.
And it looks like Rhythm likes the over 148.5 as well too. Got a little smart signal. There was some smart signals on the over as well in that high point game, so we ended up going with the team total over. But yeah, it looks like Rhythm likes the over 148.5.
I'll pivot to the over then instead of Georgia Southern. Let's do it. I'm not going to bet that game twice. So
I don't know. I think Georgia Southern's a way to go. They have a high win chance too. I don't mind it if that's what you're feeling. So we got a few more smart signals out there that we can take a look at for Rhythm on this slate.
Yeah, I don't mind that over at all. You saw what that. It was their last home game. I mean, D1 home game was at UNC Asheville, who hasn't been the greatest offensive team. And it was final score was 93-90. So I think we see a lot of points here. So I like that over as well. I think this line was set by the KenPom total. Final score 73-76, 149, set at 148. But I think it soars over that. I think we see at least Georgia Southern in the 80s, and Houston Christian will for sure be in the 70s. So I like that over.
Nebraska's laying 25.5 against USC Upstate. Over-unders 158.5. Nebraska, they just had that MTE run. They did go back home against Winthrop, only won by 7. Winthrop plus 16.5. Easy. Ching. Nebraska's look good, man. Not saying Upstate is anything good, but I mean, 26-point dogs for USC Upstate, who's been competitive against some decent teams like UNC Wilmington. Early on in the season, Upstate as well was feisty in covering this number. Cal Baptist they were up on in the first half. So they really haven't played a team like Nebraska yet, or a team that's super good. But Upstate's, they're not bad, dude. They're not bad. Just a lot of points. I'll take USC Upstate. Don't think I'm going to bet it.
yeah, it's a lot of points for Nebraska, but why my computer's tweaking?
Nebraska did drill those teams kind of like last year and shit, but their roster was way better. So
yeah, why is my computer fucking stop scrolling? God damn. Yeah, they've got Creighton on deck too. They've got a little in-state rivalry here that's going to be big, and they're coming into Creighton. That is Sunday. So, actually, that's 8 days away. So, no travel, I guess, kind of nullifies the look ahead potentially. But Upstate, their offense isn't horrendous. It's not great, but it's not awful. There have been spots where they popped up. Nebraska obviously is going to have a major size advantage here, but I don't know. I'll take the 25.5 with Upstate. I think they lose this game by like 22. Nebraska's got Creighton on deck. They obviously have to be looking just a little bit ahead of that. Just enough where they don't win by 26. Give me Upstate 25.5 new bet.
I'll lay it, no bet.
all right, so we're sparring there. Okay. I'll take USC Upstate plus the points. Georgia is laying 34.5 against Tennessee Tech. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to bet this. I'm going to bet USC up. I'm going to bet USC Upstate. I'm going to bet it. If you want to bet it, Trevor, I'm going to bet Upstate. I think they can keep it somewhat close. We get a little backdoor potential. I am not going to bet this one, though. I know Georgia's been drilling the hell out of these teams. But 34 points, a good amount of points. It's already up to 35 some places. Tennessee Tech, not the worst team. I mean, they lost by 50 to Kentucky. Georgia's been able to dominate, even though they've kind of gone back to earth. They lost to Clemson, Xavier. They beat FAMU by 30 after they were just drilling teams early on in the season, putting up 110, 120. I would rather take the dogs, and I like the dog in the previous game. So I am going to bet USC Upstate. Look at the picks page. I will lay it with Georgia, though, just on the principle that they've been drilling these teams. But I don't want to take it with that big of a spread. So I will just pick Georgia, no bets. See if they can come back in a little bounce back spot to lay down big wood against their inferior competition. No bet.
Yeah, I can't really argue it. I mean, they got Florida State on deck on the road on Tuesday. So they're coming off of that Clemson loss. Now you get home to Tennessee Tech. This one I kind of feel like could be a first half spot. Tennessee Tech was just at Kentucky, lost by 50. Now you're getting Georgia at home off of the loss to Clemson. They have Florida State on deck. I think the first half they come out and just mess them up. I'll take Georgia first half minus 20.5. I think this is a spot they're itching to get out, and they come out and just run it up on them, and then kind of just coast a little bit in the second half. And then the spread's in jeopardy because they were up 27 in the first half, and then you're feeling good, and they're just kind of going through the motions, and it's sitting at 35-36 with a minute left, and something bad could happen. So give me Georgia first half minus the 20.5. Don't know if I'll bet this one though.
Yeah, I'll lay it with Georgia here. Tennessee Tech absolutely got roasted by Kentucky by 50. I think we see maybe a similar score line here. I'm going to bet one of these. I'm going to either bet Georgia laying the points or I'll bet Nebraska laying the points. I'll let you know. We'll see.
Let's bat on Upstate Nebraska. It'd be great. Dartmouth versus St. Peter's. St. Peter's is the favorite. I think it was a line flip, Trevor. If you want,
I'm looking right now.
It was. It's kind of moved a good amount. Dartmouth now catching points.
I see they opened as a dog. Dartmouth did plus 1.5.
Oh, they did.
That's what I see at least.
I thought it was a pick 'em, but I guess that's either or. I'll take Dartmouth with the points, no bet. I think Dartmouth, their guard play could disrupt St. Peter's. This St. Peter's team runs at a slow pace. Dartmouth runs fast, so we don't know which kind of tempo that we're going to get in this game. St. Peter's is definitely going to be looking to control it. I think their guard play can disrupt teams. I'll take Dartmouth. No bets.
Yeah, I'm going to take St. Peter's laying the points at home. I mean, Dartmouth has played 3 D1 games all year. They haven't played a D1 game in 2 weeks, basically. November 16th, App State, they lost by 8. They played Bryant, they lost by 7, and then they played Marist and lost by 20. I don't think St. Peter's is as bad as Bryant. They're obviously not as good as Marist. They're somewhere in between. You're going to give me them just basically laying 1.5, 2.5 at home. I'll take it. Dartmouth hasn't really seen a lot of competition, and they've been off from playing a real team in 2 weeks. They played one game in 2 weeks, and it was D2 Maine Augusta, November 18th. So you got closer to 2 weeks without playing an actual game, and you're going to hit the road. Give me St. Peter's. I think St. Peter's ends up winning this one by closer to 10, and they are in trouble of losing this game. So I may bet this one. Not sure yet.
I am not. Elliot, what do you got?
I'll go. Can I interest you, Trev, in Peter's first half? Then, if Dartmouth hasn't played a D1 opponent in, like you said, 2 weeks, maybe St. Peter's comes, and we don't have to worry.
Mr. Robato's back.
We're wanting to bet.
Sounds like a no bet to me.
Yeah, I don't know. It said first half. I don't hate a first half look potentially. I don't hate it actually. It's kind of nice. I mean, actually, maybe I'll split units here. Potentially.
You guys are stronger than me. I do not want eyes on that tonight. I guess today. Southern, I'll tell you what I want eyes on. Southern laying points against Northwestern State. Over-unders 147.5. Get out of here. Get out of here. Give me Southern. I like the Southern team. They've been feisty. I think they can D up the perimeter pretty well against Northwestern State. And I think that's where their advantage is going to be personally. This Southern team going in on the road, laying points against a Northwestern State team that is just been abysmal. This is their first home game against a D1 opponent, so I know where the cap's going to be, but I think Southern's more prepared for this game. Southern's way more prepared. They played Arkansas. They played Marquette. Washington. They took the double overtime, fought hard. And then they were gassed against San Jose State and lost. Now they've had a week of rest and more traveling to Northwestern State. I think we get a good Southern team on a bounce back spot, laying points on the road. I'm going to take Southern -3.5 and did. So give me Southern. Give me the Jags against the Purple Demons or whatever they call themselves.
Yeah. Don't necessarily hate an over. Feels kind of low, but 75 each is questionable. But I'll take Northwestern State. Yes, they're Southern's laying points on the road. They have not beaten a D1 team. Neither is Northwestern State, so I kind of cancel that out a little bit. But Northwestern State's played A&M, North Texas, San Francisco, Grand Canyon, all on the road. North Alabama, they lost in overtime. They can shoot free throws. They can get to the line. They both shoot, threes decently / respectably. Not elite or anything, but I think Northwestern State at home, I think they're going to get up for this one. I'll take the +3.5. I might fire on this one. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, this is a clash of styles game. Southern high tempo offense. Northwestern State really likes to slow it down, muck up the games. I think that favors Southern in this spot, just because I think they're more athletic. They might be able to just run and gun, go up and down, and get done here against Rick Cabrera and company. They're at home. I like back at Rick Cabrera. I like it how he coaches, but I just think Southern's going to just be able to kind of run away with this with their tempo pace. So I'll hear with Southern.
UNC Wilmington's laying 20.5 against Gardner-Webb. Over-unders 146.5. Lay it. Gardner-Webb is ass. They just played their hearts out. This is a home court MTE for UNC Wilmington. We saw them just destroy Navy. I think that they continue the job here. Gardner-Webb laid it down against Minnesota, laid it down against Clemson, laid it down against DePaul, Richmond, and Navy. UNC Wilmington drills them.
Yeah, Wilmington's got Marshall on deck, but that is a home game and next week. I thought this would be a terrible travel spot for Gardner-Webb, but this MT was at UNCW, wasn't it?
Yep. That
they were just playing in. Yeah, so throw that out the window. But, yeah, they've been getting just drilled, absolutely drilled. Navy busted them by 33. When Navy's beating your ass by 33, you got real problems. Wilmington is starting to come alive here. 3 of their last 4 have been wins by 13, 30, and 18. 25. So they're starting to figure it out and start to drill teams. I'll take UNCW at home. They have Gardner-Webb. This is their – oh, yeah, never mind. I thought they played – this will be the third game in 3 days. But same schedule for both teams, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday now. So I'll take UNCW 20.5 at home. No bet, though.
Lay it, bet it. Fitting Gardner-Webb is very profitable. Don't
So-
overthink it.
All right, fine. I'll bet it.
I am in.
Got minus 20. Let's do it. All right, I'm in.
I'm in. All right, what do you got? What's next? My computer's looking like Elliot's.
Lipscomb, SEMO. SEMO's laying 1.5. Over under 153, 4.5.
Oh, yeah.
SEMO. Yeah.
This is a home game for SEMO, right? Yep. Cape Girardeau, Minnesota or Missouri. Lipscomb's won 2 in a row. Missouri back at home. I'll take SEMO, and I'll take the money line here too. I think it's worth it. I think we're going to see a closer game than we expect. I like SEMO against a Lipscomb team that's won 2 games in a row now. SEMO back at home after just a loss to NAU that they didn't really show up offensively for. I think that we see that again. And I actually like this SEMO team. We were pretty high on them to be good in the Ohio Valley. I know Lipscomb probably a little more athletic. Their defense is just a tad better. But the home court shows up. That Bob, don't make me play that whole Bob Knight audio. We don't know which team. Sometimes that team shows up more. Sometimes that team doesn't show up. And I think we're going to see that cap here. So give me SEMO.
Yeah, Lipscomb's coming off of the it's up to 3.5. I'm seeing. Holy shit.
2.5.
I mean
2.5's available.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, Lipscomb's coming off the big Marshall win where Marshall didn't show up. They just blasted them. A couple days ago. Now they're at SEMO. I'm with you. I think Lipscomb's just riding high from that, and they're going to come up flat. And this one, I mean, they put up 90 in Marshall. So give me SEMO laying the what do you call it? 3. I'm gonna look around and see if I can find something cheaper for SEMO. Yep, here's a 3. I'll take the 3. Fine. I'll lay it with SEMO.
I'm gonna take
next.
I'm gonna take the minus 145. I'll dive into that. No, I don't want any chance of backdoor. And as always, I'm disciplined with my units. I don't dive into that. I don't buy it anymore. So I will. It's a little lesser return, but it's been returning all season. So it works out that way. That way you don't lose the juice that you're betting if it doesn't hit. Discipline matters. UTA money line or basically a pick 'em against Stephen F. Austin. Over-unders 140.5. Stephen F.A. went to Pepperdine and won, or it was like in Acrisure there in Palm Springs. Fresno State lost. UTA split one as well on their MT. Campbell and Weber State. This game is in Arlington. I think Stephen F. Austin may be like a better team, but now we get the home spot of UTA on a short spread here. I think it's a worthy call for UTA money line as well. Defense is going to show up. They've been able to show up on the road, especially at home, holding Missouri State to 49. Their D2 team's opponent, obviously, but 73 held Weber State on the road and got a win. Evansville on the road held them to 76, got a win. So they've been good. It's fine on the road. Now they get to come back against a Stephen F. Austin team who has been fine on the road too. So I think that the books don't know really what to do. Stephen F. Austin, probably a better team name, a better program, and maybe a better roster. But I'll take UTA at home. I think their defense can show up big against a Stephen F. Austin team that has the edge on offense. So give me the home team here, Texas Arlington.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think UTA at home is the spot. They haven't played at home since November 15th. Stephen F has been on the road since November 18th. This is their third road game here. Did these two play last year? I feel like they played last year.
I'd assume they would. This is a good game, good non-con game to play.
They did not play last year, so that's unfortunate. They played 2 years ago. Stephen F lost in Arlington, 71-63 in overtime. Granted, given the state of college basketball, that's probably a completely different team, and none of these guys remember any of that.
UNF Austin leads the series against UTA 9-3 overall. Well, wait, no, that's not true. 34-31 all time. Last 10 matchups, UTA is actually 7-3 against Stephen F. Austin. So
yeah. I'm going to take UTA. Stephen F relies on the 3-ball. 13th most points in the country come from 3-ball, and then they're second to last in the country for free throws, and then 247th and twos. We can really get Arlington is inside and at the free throw line, but when you shoot 61% from the free throw line and 51% inside the arc, that doesn't really translate to much success. I think Arlington at home, in-state rival. If they were laying like 3.5 or something, that'd be different. But we're just getting one. I'll just take UTA money line. They're going to get this one done at home, and win for the home fans here. Big dub. Let's go Arlington. Let's go Mavs. And I will be right back. Duty calls, if you know what I mean.
He's playing Call of Duty, everyone.
Yeah, I'll be on UT Arlington. Everybody knows I love my Mavericks. Why not back them at home? Trev mentioned that as Stephen F. Austin relies on the 3 heavily for 14th most reliance on the 3 in the country. Well, UT Arlington is 11th best in the nation in defending the 3. So don't necessarily think that bodes well for Stephen F. Austin. I like backing the short little favorite here at home after both of these teams have had a week off. So give me UT Arlington, and I'll be on the money line for the Mavericks. This is my favorite game of the day, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. They should play more. They did play. They play in like 5-year increments, or not each year, but they do like 5 years, and then they split off or get those contracts figured out. Texas. Valparaiso is laying 4.5 against Western Michigan. Can I interest you in a gross play? You already know what I'm going to take. Valparaiso is a good team. They are good this year. I don't care what people say. They're 4-2. They laid an absolute egg at home against USI. They did not show up offensively after they dominated Cleveland State, Bryant, Nichols at home. So they've covered this number 3 games in a row before then. And now you're getting Western Michigan, who's had some time off. They really haven't shown up as well on the road. At South Dakota, they lost by 5. I mean, Campbell lost by 9. So I think this is a bounce back spot for Valparaiso here. And I think that we actually are going to get Valpo to be a solid team. I see Caesars has 4 on the dot. I'm going to go ahead and lock up the true Crusaders, not the Beacons, against Valpo and Roger Powell against Western Michigan. I think Western Michigan, they're a good team, but they're also very up and down, especially offensively. And now that we've seen Valpo lay their egg against Southern Indiana at home, I just don't expect that to happen 2 times in a row as well for a Western Michigan team that allows a good amount of points to be scored anyway. 83 to South Dakota, 91 to Campbell, 71 against Coastal Carolina. So they like to run at pace and they allow a lot of pace on defense. I'm not saying Valpo runs any pace by any means, but their sets, their system, they're going to be able to get the spread here and win by 6 or 7 or more. So give me Valpo -4, Caesars.
Yeah, I'll roll with you. Roll with you here too. I do think that they lock them down against Western Michigan. Their offense isn't great. I think Valpo could definitely defend them. Western Michigan really likes to score all their points inside the paint, or at least inside the arc. And Valpo is great at defending the 2 ball. So I think that this could be a defensive, not masterclass, but a defensive shutdown in terms of Valpo. So yeah, let's squad ride Valpo here. I don't even mind Hugh in the chat. Lock of the day is the under in this game. Could definitely see that. I could see Valpo just kind of shutting down Western Michigan totally. And, Valpo's offense isn't super potent. So I could see that final score kind of coming through right here. I could even see maybe more of like a 70-58 type of a game, really in the under, really cruising. And then lastly, before we move on, shout out Dusty Bottoms. Appreciate you tuning in. He wanted to give out his dog of the day, UC Santa Barbara plus 5.5. Also took the money line, and then he gave us a little bonus bet for Saturday college football, UTSA minus 7.5. So appreciate the insights, Dusty. And as always, thanks for tuning in with us.
Yeah, thanks, Dusty. Appreciate you. Appreciate everyone in the chat tuning in. You guys are awesome. Make our days. And it's just fun little community that we have here amongst the Pump Fake Pod. Thank you guys. It's been a great ride. And Dusty, you got to hit like the Uncle Phil's locks on Twitter. You got to be like with the rock song, like you put your plays and then someone say bonus bet. God, that guy's crazy. We'll never charge. Always free picks, by the way. Eastern Tennessee State minus 11.5 against Central Arkansas software sales. Central Arkansas software as service against East Tennessee State 11.5. Over under 143.5. Central Arkansas has been competitive, but I cannot fade East Tennessee State at home. You know I love this team. I've been right about them a good amount of times. East Tennessee State's one of my best bet teams this season. I'm undefeated with the Blue Devils. But I don't want to risk that. I don't have a good cap on this one. I think Central Arkansas is a solid team. I think I'll pick them no bet. I just had a good amount of bets in a row, so I will lay off this one. I'll take Central Arkansas. I think they're somewhat competitive, but this is ETSU at home. Tough for me to not back them. But so I will be feet up for this one.
Yep, I tried to tell you not to fade Central Arkansas against Eastern Illinois, but you guys just wanted to take that Fugazi EIU team. But now I think you should listen, and we should back East Tennessee State here. I think Central Arkansas is feeling great about themselves after those 2 home wins where they've won by 20 plus against Eastern Washington and Eastern Illinois. Now they go to another East school with East Tennessee State. I think the Buccaneers absolutely smoke them. So I'll lay it with East Tennessee State, and this will be a bet for me.
All right. I'll bring a knife to a gunfight, and I'll be rooting for you because I love ETSU. I've always have. Love that program. Oh, God. Elliot, household Kansas City, Weber State, laying 10.5 against the de facto Kansas City team that you have to root for just by the proximity. Over under is 153.5. What you got in this one?
I will not be rooting for them here. I will be on Weber State. I think that they lost a very tough game against UT Arlington. That was brutal. I watched that entire game. I was on Weber State money line. Their guard hit a game-tying 3 or supposed game-tying 3, but his foot was on the line. So they ended up losing 74-73 to UT Arlington. I expect them to bounce back here at home. Kansas City, on the other hand, they've been off for a few days, just lost that kind of, I guess you could say, Missouri rivalry against Lindenwood on the road, but now they go to Elevation before they head back home to Idaho State on Wednesday. So kind of just a weird spot for them to just travel to Weber State for one game there in Ogden and then head back home. So I just think they take their lumps with them. So give me Weber State. I'll back the Wildcats here, minus the 10.5. I know it's a big number, but I think it's for a reason.
Are you going to bet this?
Let me see.
Could I interest you grossly into a team total over?
For Weber? Yeah, I could, because UMKC's defense is absolutely terrible, and they give up. Weber does play decently fast. Yeah, what is it?
Kind of fast. It's 82.5 on ESPN Bet. It's a little juiced. I see 83.5 elsewhere.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't be able to. UMKC is going to play fast too to give Weber more opportunities. I just think, I mean, I don't know though. I mean, I feel like if they hit 82 or 83, they probably win by 10.5.
This is my first live angle play that I'm going to take a stab at. I think we can get Weber State maybe. So I'm going to take Weber State. We're going to look at that first live angle of the mid-afternoon slate since we have a lot of bets and no bets. So South Dakota's laying 3.5 against Air Force. The over-under's 147.5. And this game is a true home game. This is a true home game in Rapid City. This line stinks, but no way I'm fading Rapid City at home. I mean, this South Dakota team, talk about LA Fitness kind of ball. They definitely run and gun, allow a lot of points. But this is Air Force we're talking about, and this is Air Force that has put up a decent, put up a good showing. They win 3 of their last 4. We got that right on with Northern Colorado on Wednesday. But 3 games in a row for Air Force on their home court. Now they're going to a neutral in Rapid City. I expect the Coyotes to travel well in this one. I will take South Dakota. Lay it.
Yep, I'll lay it here with South Dakota as well. Air Force has played 7 straight home games. Kind of unheard of for I know they're Mountain West, but kind of unheard of to play 7 straight home games. So the last time they were on the road, they were pretty respectable against Belmont. Only lost by 14 on the road there at literally the opening day of college basketball was when they were last on the road. Now they go on the road again to a team that really excels at home. So give me South Dakota -3.5.
This is in Rapid City too. It's a long drive. I just want you to know, from driving to the edge of the east side of South Dakota to Rapid City is a 5.5-hour drive one way. And it's 80-mile-an-hour speed limits, just so everyone knows. That's a fun fact for you guys about South Dakota. Trevor's got to be showering. There he is. I heard that one. Georgia Tech's laying 3.5 against Drake. Over-under's 135.5. Hold on a second. I got to take this phone call. Hold on a second.
No, duty calls if you can read between the lines in that one. So, yeah, we're good. Coffee's re-upped. Coffee was involved. That helps. Yep, Elliot was right. I pooped. Yeah. So, what game in Georgia Tech? Drake. Oh, Drake. Didn't they get blasted last night?
No, they kept it respectable.
They did. They were down like double digits at one point, weren't they? Yeah, they lost by 9. LSU, Georgia Tech here. Tech lost it. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like that Drake team. This Drake team. It's a 135 total. That's low. I know Georgia Tech doesn't light you up offensively, but Drake's fine. They don't turn the ball over. They can shoot free throws. Their defense is respectable. LSU I think is far better than DePaul. I don't think that's a hot take. And they were kind of in that game for the most part, and they turned they only had 7 turnovers though last night. So that was impressive. Only 4-7 also, but Georgia Tech I don't think is anywhere near as good as DePaul, or I'm sorry, LSU, and they've also played Georgia Southern, West Georgia, SELA, Bryant, and Maryland Eastern Shore, which they had to win in overtime. They have not been incredibly impressive. Give me Drake. I think they get this done. Not to mention they have Mississippi State on deck at home on Wednesday. I know this is an empty, so maybe they're not overlooking it necessarily, but I think Drake is the better team. I'll take the 3.5. They'll keep this close. Georgia Tech can't shoot free throws, 64%. They ain't pulling away from shit.
I'll take Georgia Tech here. I think that they can bounce back. I know Jacob was talking about in the chat. That game was tied until about 3 minutes left, and then DePaul kind of ran away with it down the stretch. I didn't get eyes on it, but I feel like they'll be able to respond here. I know, a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's Damon Stoudemire as a favorite," but it's a short favorite, so I don't mind backing the short favorite here. against the Drake squad that the verdict for me is still out on them. I'm not quite sure what to think about them. I know that they'll do a lot better when they have Owen Larson back. I think he's coming back mid-December. So I will look to back them here later on in the year. But I'll take Georgia Tech minus the 3.5 here.
No, I'll take Drake plus 3.5. They're figuring it out. They're getting their bearings straight. They didn't look horrible against LSU. I think this is their first showing as a team that they show up under Eric Peterson. I'll take Drake.
Absolutely. Let's go. Me and you are both on Drake there. Siena is laying. Nope. I double typed Siena. Who is Siena playing?
That's
Siena,
like the Spider-Man meme.
Siena is playing. They're playing.
American.
Yes, in the true MTE spot, Americans MTE.
All right, there we go. That's better. No scrimmages today. They're playing an actual team. So, man, I like Siena. They've looked good, but this line kind of, I don't know. I don't like this line. Where are you on my paper? There you are, Siena. Yeah, they won 3 straight. They've beaten Penn and Maine this year. So nothing impressive, but shouldn't Siena be laying more points against American? And just basically a pick 'em.
I think you're overthinking it. This is Americans MTE. That was the easiest cap of the day yesterday against Maine. No problem at all. American minus 6.5. If you didn't take it, screw you. You are un-American. And I'm not going to be communist, even though I love Jerry McNamara. But I'm not going to go for one person and follow one person. I'm going to follow the whole land and respect the entire country. Give me American money line. They're going to win on their home court and secure their American MTE.
Yeah, I'm with you. This line stinks. Siena should be laying 3.5 or something. Give me American. I'll take the 1.5. I've been burned by these fucking ones.
Guess who just tried crawling up my leg too? He was barking at me. Little short dog too. It ain't a big dog. It's a short dog. So yeah. Ooh.
American it is.
Yeah, I'll battle here. I'll take the better team. I'll battle you guys. I'll take better team in Siena. Give me Siena money line.
Trevor or Elliot is battling this freaking angel right here. He's really battling this angel. Go American. Woo. Woo.
Frank.
This line's all over the place. I see a bunch of different numbers. Utah State's laying a big number, though, against Montana State. Montana State's a good program, but Utah State's been drilling good programs as well, no matter who that they've faced. It's a lot of points, but I'm not afraid of it. I think I'll lay it with Utah State. I see 17.5 on Caesars. I think that they come out strong, and this game is in Logan. People are going to be rocking for it. We know how Logan operates, and Utah State's first game back after being in the Charleston Classic, a full week off. I think they've had tons of time to prepare. So give me the Aggies here against Montana State. It's a good program. It's a lot of points, but this is Utah State at home we're talking about.
Precisely. Lay it. They are going to murder Montana State. This Utah State team is an absolute wagon, not to mention at home. No matter who they're playing, that place is jumping. This is a Utah State in a rout, and it's going to be convincing. You'll know from the jump, like this shit's dead. Utah State minus 19.5. Lay it.
17.5 on Caesars, but just so everyone knows, not for.
Oh, is it going down? Oh, even better. Some dummies are fucking putting money.
No, it's been going. It's been going up, it's been.
I saw 19.5.
I entered this thing because there's been a lot of numbers. It's all over the place. 18.5, 17.5 on Caesars. So.
I'll take the points. No bet though. I'm not gonna go against the Utah State home court environment. They absolutely fuck these teams up at home, like you guys said. But I think Montana State's a respectable program. 19.5 feels like too much for me, but not enough for me to confidence in them to bet it, because I think, Trev, you could be right. If I bet this, I check the box score and 5 minutes in, Utah State's up 20-4 or some shit, and then it's cooked. But I'll pick Montana State. I'll bring a knife to a gunfight. Sounds like you guys are betting that one.
I might. They do have South Florida on the road on deck, so first true road game coming up.
They're not circling that. They're glad to be back home after the Charleston Classic a week ago. Mount St. Mary's laying 2.5 against Howard. Over/unders 146.5. I will take Mount St. Mary's on the money line. No bet. Howard just scored 115 points against their D2 opponent that they played crosstown. Mount St. Mary's is getting drilled 4 times in a row, but they've been playing up to their competition. Now you get to go back home in a true home game here. I'll take Mount St. Mary's on the money line. Mainstream media on the money line. No bets.
I don't have much feel in this game. I'll go with you. I'll take the home team laying it, but I'm not touching this game. I don't like either of these teams personally.
Yeah, I'll spar with you. I'll go Howard money line, but I don't want to bet in this.
Yeah, who knows what's going to happen there. No bet for me. Oh, right. What we got next?
We have Norfolk is catching 35.5 against Arizona, over under 147.5.
Arizona's going to beat the shit out of them, but I don't want to be holding on to a ticket waiting for that back door. Norfolk can be feisty at first. I will take Arizona, no bets.
Yeah, I'm with you. Arizona, no bet. Maybe a Norfolk team total under. I think is a spot just Arizona clamps down. Maybe they don't win by 36, but they can win this game 88 to 57 or something like that. So give me Norfolk team total under. I'm going to look what that is right meow. Norfolk under 55. I'll take that. All right, yeah, under 55. No bet. I'm not betting this. Don't bet it. But if I were, I would take a team total under rather than laying 36 personally.
Hey, I mean, that might not be a bad angle with Norfolk just laying 100, just scoring 134 against their last opponent. Now they're just going to absolutely get shellacked. That kind of might be a gross team total under that would hit. Just funny how basketball works. But this is the Wildcat Classic. I think that there's going to be a lot of people here. Arizona off the big rivalry win against Arizona State last night. In football, I think Arizona keeps it rolling here. Lay it, but no bet on this big number. I don't want to get backdoored. I'm with you guys.
Next, there we go. Ooh, Elon laying points now.
This line,
They've been nice catching points. You see this line flipped?
No, it didn't. Elon's pretty good. I like their roster. I like their coach. It's been this is a true home game. Now it's a short spread. Mercer's really shown out, even on the road, winning at Eastern Kentucky. Elon won on the road against App State. Now you're coming home. Both teams won against App State. So this is a very fun game in my opinion. I'll go with the home team here. I think Elon can prepare well, but I don't think I'm going to bet this one. Check the picks page.
I'll take Mercer, no bet. I like Elon catching points. I think Mercer has a good chance to win this one, but I don't want to fade Elon. They've been impressive. So Mercer, no bet.
If you were doing the transitive properties, Elon just beat Appalachian State by 35, and Mercer and that was on the road. Mercer beat App State at home by 8. So really, you'd think, and the pick would be Elon here. I'm gonna go Elon. I don't feel super confident in it because it is their first game off of that 35-point road win against App State. And Mercer's been pretty damn competitive, not only at home but on the road this year. So I like both of these teams. Give me Elon minus 1.5. No bet. This is one of my other favorite games of the day.
A great game. I'll be watching that game for sure. I'm going to get a live angle on that. Winthrop's laying 20.5 against South Carolina State. Winthrop just fought really hard against Nebraska. You know, they took Nebraska down to the wire here. You know, this Winthrop team has been fun to watch, but like randomly they go up, they go down. You don't know which one that we're going to get. And I mean, this is South Carolina State. They let any defense go in the way. I'll pick South Carolina State in a semi-intrastate battle. I will go South Carolina State. No bet.
Yeah, I don't want to lay the 20.5 with Winthrop. But I do kind of like their team total. South Carolina State gives up points. They send you to the free throw line. What is it? Their defense per three is respectable, but they foul at one of the highest rates in the country. They don't rebound. They turn the ball over at a high rate, and they're shooting sub 40% inside the arc. So, yeah, I think Winthrop can cover this 20.5, but coming off of that Nebraska game, maybe the defense is a little lax. But I think even if the offense has a little bit of an off game, I still think South Carolina State's going to give it up. I'll take the team total over, 89 flat for Winthrop, but probably not going to bet this one.
Yeah, give me the points, South Carolina State. No bet for me, though.
All right, Penn's laying 2.5 against LaSalle. This has been struck down a little bit. LaSalle could be somewhat feisty, but I haven't seen them. I need to see it, man. I know this is a PA battle, but Penn's already got one under their belt against two under their belt with St. Joe's and Drexel. And LaSalle just hasn't shown up against Temple and Villanova at all, really. But the thing is, you know, LaSalle, we got two different styles of play, so we're going to see which one prevails here. But I'm going to let this number keep going down, and I'm going to take Penn on the money line, look for a little live spot there as well, or bet that right before tip. I think Penn's better. Offensively, they could be a juggernaut, and LaSalle could try to stop them and ride the tempo really slow and park the brakes a little bit. But I don't know if that's even capable with this Penn team that's been pushing pace and running and gunning. So I will wait before tip to see if I bet this. But yeah, I like Penn here to continue their 3-0 dominance in their Big Five games, as they still have Temple and Villanova left.
They didn't play Penn last year?
They always play these teams, bro.
No, they didn't. They didn't play Penn at all.
No, Penn doesn't play Temple or Villanova this year either.
Oh, they don't.
This is their last one. This is their last
Damn.
really
They
five
always
games.
play.
I'll take Penn. I'm not a fan of Darius Nickel. I mean, I don't hate him, but this team has not looked great. Penn has actually looked, fairly respectable under what's his nuts, the Iowa Fran McCaffrey. I know the defense hasn't been there, but the teams he's playing aren't like these Big Ten teams where they would just get blasted. Like they've been a little bit better defensively, but the offense I don't worry about. I'll take Penn laying it, and they shoot 75% from the line. So late game, you get the fouls. I believe in them to make these free throws. So I'll lay the 2.5 with Penn. Probably won't bet this one though.
Yeah, I'll lay it here with
Well, hold
Penn.
on a second. The Big Five Classics, December 6th this year. So they
Yeah,
made
right here. They
This
split
is
into
it?
two pods. Winner of two pods play.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They play the big. So it's still up for grabs. Who's gonna play in the consolation games, like in 5th place, 3rd place games. But yeah, the Big Five Classic will be December 6th, which I believe is next Saturday. Next Saturday is gonna be fun. So many games, big ass Friday slate. Be ready, Friday night episodes. So Saturday's gonna be fun. We got conference championships too, and a big slate next Saturday.
Hell yeah. I'm excited.
Ball State's laying 2.5 against Lafayette. Over unders 139.5. I never get Ball State bets right, so I will not bet. I will have some pride. You got to be able to beat Lafayette. I don't care if it's their MTV on there. You need to be able to beat Lafayette after you showed up. I'll take Ball State, no bet, just so they can actually win.
I'm going to bet this. I like Ball State here. Bounce back. Lafayette does not look good at all. Ball State can force turnovers and don't give you free points at the line. And Lafayette's offense is disgusting. It's terrible. Ball State, at least, they've been somewhat competitive. Monmouth and then Little Rock, they were tight. Lafayette's just getting blown out. I mean, when you lose at home to Lemoyne and then you lose to Stonehill, that's not good. Give me Ball State laying the 2.5. They're gonna get this done by 7 or 6 or 7. Not a meme. Don't do that dumb shit. That shit pisses me off. But Ball State.
Are you betting it?
Yeah, I bet it. Yeah.
All right, I'm with you. I'm taking the money line though. I'll take the minus 130. Fuck it.
Give me Ball State money line.
It's awful.
I'll bet Ball State. They gotta get this game. Lafayette hasn't won a D1 game yet this year. I know it's their MTE, but they are not good.
No, they didn't show up yesterday at all in their MTE.
Give me Ball State.
Ball State, come on, Mike Lewis, come on. God, man. Oh, this is a fun one. Seattle's laying 3.5 against UC Riverside. This one's tough for me.
Santa Barbara, not Riverside. But
What'd you say?
Santa Barbara, not Riverside.
Yeah, UC Santa Barbara. Sorry. This one's a tough one for me. I've gone back and forth between these two teams. I kind of want to just be feet up for this one. Seattle's defense, though, has been absolutely stout, so I'll continue to go with the better defense in these close match games. We saw UCSB stumble a little bit against Lehigh. I'll lay it with Seattle. I don't know if I want to bet this, though. This is a fun one.
Yeah, I kind of like what's her nuts here, Barbara. They got the tough win against Lehigh. Now they got to play Seattle. Seattle's been, they've been pretty good. Lost to Cal Poly at home, but otherwise, like they went on the road to Stanford, won by 8. They just beat Texas State by 14 yesterday. Now they're only laying 3.5 against a Barber team. I get it, they're all right, but they've won one D1 game in the last 2 weeks, roughly. I think this is a spot Barber gets up for. Lehigh was a tough one. They did shoot 32 free throws, 28 of 32 from the line, so that was impressive. But Seattle, Texas State didn't show up. They shot 2 of 11 from 3, only 8 free throws. They turned the ball over 14 times and shot 44% inside the arc. I don't think they're going to get a replicated performance by the opponent. I'll take Santa Barbara 3.5, not bet it though.
Yeah, I'll be on Santa Barbara here. I thought they would be the better team so far this year, and they haven't really played up to their standards or what I thought they would be playing at. But I'll back. I'll be with Dusty and back Santa Barbara plus the 3.5 here. I think this is going to be a really close and competitive game, and if I'm getting 3.5 against what I think is maybe the better team overall, or who should be the better team, I should say. I'll back Santa Barbara. I'll back the Gauchos here.
Are we sparring on that one? Are you betting? Or am I bringing a knife to a gunfight with Seattle?
I don't know. Are you betting or what?
I'm not betting Seattle. I'm laying it. No bet.
Yeah, you can bring a knife. I'll bring the gun. I'll bet it.
All right. Look out for my sword wielding dude. Yeah. Pepperdine's laying a point against Cal State Fullerton. Fuck you. Excuse my French. I promised my dad I wouldn't cuss on this podcast, so I apologize, Dad, there. And I've been holding my tongue, but this is Pepperdine we're talking about. This is the to be continued episode, but it's like Zoe 101, like action movie. It's like Jamie Lynn Spears. She's been held captive. If you see her performance on that show, where they do those military stunts, the celebrity tries to do like the military camp stuff. She was absolutely abysmal there. So I think this is their to be continued bounce back story for Jamie Lynn Spears here. I'm taking Pepperdine. Cal State Fullerton stinks. Their defense is horrible. They allow anyone to score, and Pepperdine has been slumping offensively. I think this is their get right spot. So I will take Pepperdine and Zoe 101 just on principle on the road. This is their to be continued. They've been traveling all over California. This is a good little, finale. Now they're in Fullerton. They've been all over California. They don't know what it's like to Malibu. And then they welcome Abilene Christian in Vermont back home. They're ready to get back home, man. They're ready to get back to Malibu after going back and forth between California. So give me Pepperdine. Come on. Wave up.
Yeah, Pepperdine, no bet for me too. They can shoot free throws really, really well, but Fullerton's incredibly short. I don't know how they're going to handle on the glass. Pepperdine's been respectable. I know they're not at home, not ideal, but when you get blasted by, was that 23 to Fresno State, you got to bounce back and play well. So give me Pepperdine, no bet.
Oh, I'm betting this. I'm betting this. I like Pepperdine more in Ball State right now lately.
That was brutal. That was a brutal. I just saw that score. I didn't even realize the last time I had looked at that game was I saw Pepperdine was up at half against Fresno State, and I never checked that again.
Yeah, they were up 8. I
didn't even realize they got blown up by 23. That's tough.
That was horrible. They were up 8. They just did not show up in the second half. Classic Fresno State. Call Cash Patel. Keep looking into it.
Yeah, give me Pepperdine money line.
Yeah. I didn't think I'd be betting this card much, but yeah, here we are. Utah Tech's laying 4.5 against UC Riverside. Get out of here. I'll take UC Riverside plus the points. No bet. I don't know which Riverside team we're going to see, but who's Utah Tech to be laying points? I don't care if it's at home. Give me UC Riverside plus points. No bet. No bet.
Yeah, no bet. Utah Tech has played a lot of games. They've played 9 games already. So they're getting 2 or D2. So we'll say 7 D1 games, but just lost by Portland State at home. They have won 1 home game. That was Bethesda, the game studio by 40. So sweet. But Utah Tech, I know they're going to have a elevation to help them out, but Riverside's a good team. I don't believe in Utah Tech. Give me Riverside. No bet though. No bet.
Yeah, you think elevation might play a factor here. I know Riverside's like right there at sea level, but Utah Tech's really only 2,800 feet above sea level. They're on the very southern part of Utah, so I think maybe people might factor that in a little bit more so than what they should possibly. Give me Riverside plus the 4.5. I'm getting this amount of points on a Utah Tech team who we just saw Portland State beat outright there in St. George. Yeah, give me Riverside plus the 4.5.
Penn State is laying 15.5 against Sacred Heart. Penn State just has not been able to cover these numbers. But Sacred Heart, I think, is the one that they can. But I'm not going to put my hard-earned money to watch that happen. This Mike Rhodes, he's struggling a little bit in the transition to Penn State. It's not like Penn State's any good basketball program. They never really have been. It's more so it's a football school for at least 10 games of the year. And, for the most part, Penn State, they just haven't been able to get past this number. Navy 9. I mean, New Haven, they did on the road. Fairfield only by 8 at home. We've been able to profit on Penn State by blindly backing these dogs here in the Bryce Jordan Center. But I think Sacred Heart's defense is one where Penn State can actually have a get-right spot. But like I said, I'm not going to put my hard-earned money to watch it happen. I'll take Penn State with the laying the points, but I am not betting it.
You want to bet Sacred Heart. You guys know how I feel about Penn State. I do not believe in this team at all. Yes, they're 6-1, but Fairfield probably should have beat them. They beat Navy by 9 at home. Congrats to beat New Haven. But other than that, I mean, none of these games have been like blowouts. Like Boston even kept it within single digits. Sacred Heart, obviously, not a world beater, but Duquesne, Villanova, they played those two on the road. They just lost to Central Connecticut 108-106. That game was awesome. I don't know if you guys watched that. That game was freaking sick. Heartbreaker. Now you've got to travel to Penn State. Penn State's got Campbell, so not much of a look ahead. But I just don't believe in this team to win by margin. Like, they're not that good. in my opinion. And what Sacred Heart can do is light you up from 3, and Penn State can give it up from 3. So if Sacred Heart's hitting today, I think they're going to keep this within single digits. So give me Sacred Heart plus the 15.5. I'm close to betting this. I may fire.
Yeah, this is just principal bet for me. Sacred Heart plus the 15.5. No bet.
Oh, you got anything in this, or did you?
I already capped it, man. You just said everything I did. But no, I was kidding about the Buffalo minus 8.5. I just don't trust Sacred Heart to bet that team with their defense, though. More power to you if you bet Sacred Heart. Buffalo's laying 8.5 against Canisius. Over/unders 139.5. Can I interest you in a gross over, perhaps? Buffalo, man, we've seen them. They cover that awesome number against VMI, even with a slow start, but they won by 8. They came back against Bucknell. So we've seen this Buffalo team. We love them, but the pace is super slow. But Buffalo can score efficiently, and now we got a semi battle here. I think we can see Buffalo score in the 80s or close to it. So I'm going to go with the over 139.5 in this one. It is a gross over. Hold your nose. But I did see a little signal maybe on Rhythm liking that as well. There's a few overs they like today, and that's kind of the motivation I needed there. So give me Canisius and Buffalo over 139.5. Hold your nose. Hold your nose.
Yeah, that is the exact play I like too. I mean, Buffalo, Southern Miss, they gave up 80. Green Bay, they gave up 76. VMI, they gave up 70. Bucknell, 71. I think Buffalo has a good chance of running away with this by 10 points, but I think the better chance is the over. Canisius doesn't play fast either, but Buffalo can light you up from 3. They can shoot free throws really well, and their defense isn't all that great. This is just a little low. Give me the over 139.5. I'm with you. I did bet this.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys are confident in it, I'll ride. Not going to say I took too much time to look into this game or cap this game. I know I'm not backing Canisius ever again at home. That was my one and only time that I did, and I failed. So yeah, I'm riding an over here.
Let's do it. Next, Little Rock is at Southern Illinois. Salukis laying 13.5. What do we got going on in this game? What's Southern Illinois? Southern Illinois off of UAB and Memphis. They got High Point on deck. They got Little Rock coming in. They beat Ball State by 6 on the road. This is their 6th straight road game in 19 days. So they're playing a game like every 3 days on top of traveling. And they're coming up from Texas. Granted, that was a week ago. So they've gotten a little bit of refresh. But I think Southern Illinois is the better team. They're at home. You've lost to UAB and Memphis. You played UAB tight, and then Memphis was a blowout. But you're at home. You got a team that you can blow out. I think they do. Give me Southern Illinois minus the 13.5. I don't hate the over either. I think Southern Illinois is going to get closer to 80, and then Little Rock, if you can get 65 from them, I think this game goes over with ease. So I like the over, but Southern Illinois minus 13.5 too.
I like the over here better than any side in that one. I think we see some points as well. But yeah, I think I'm going to wait for a live angle on that one for sure.
All right. Oh, Mr. Robato. Mr. Robato Arigato.
We missed one too. In the 5 p.m. slate, Eastern Kentucky is catching 1.5 against Wofford. Over/unders 155.5. I'll back Eastern Kentucky at home. They're gonna win, but I need talked into betting them. They've just been pretty bad in my opinion. So could be talked into, but this is a spot for Eastern Kentucky at home against Wofford. You need to get a W. I can see them taking this home.
Yeah, I'm with you. You're at home. I don't think they can make Eastern Kentucky a favor just given they've lost 5 straight, but I think a lot of people are going to see that and be like, oh, I'm just going to take Wofford. Eastern Kentucky's god-awful. So, yeah, give me Eastern Kentucky plus a 1.5. Move it. There it is.
What'd the line open at, too?
ETSU money line. Probably one of my bets of the day.
It opened Wofford minus 1.5. It opened at 160. So the total's plummeting.
Okay, check the pick page if I bet that one. I don't feel as confident, but I need to see it from Eastern Kentucky. All right, what's next? We've missed
Milwaukee, Akron. Akron's laying 13.5 against Bart Lundy and company. Akron's off a loss.
Yeah.
Milwaukee's off a win. They beat Dominican, Illinois by 55.
Damn, dude. I can't believe they beat Dominican, Illinois. Milwaukee's pretty battle tested though. They IU, Texas Tech, a Wichita State team. This is Bart Lundy with a lot of points, but this is also Akron at home and Rhodes Arena off of a loss where they've been scoring in the 90s since November 3rd, their first game. High 90s, 97. They're pretty much averaging 104 against Princeton. So really tough for me to fade Akron at home. I will, but I'm kind of worried about this number with a Milwaukee team that can be competitive offensively. Defensively, they're a huge issue. So I can see Akron drilling them, but I'm gonna wait to not bet. I'm not gonna bet this actually. I think that they can drill them, but I don't know. I expect Washington to kind of hang tough. So Akron minus 13.5 at home, no bet.
I like Akron. I mean, Akron wins by margin big time, and they're 13th in the country, 3-point percentage, 41.5, shooting 58% inside and 74% from the line. Milwaukee's defense does not guard anybody. Akron has run away with these games. I think they've covered 13 in all of their wins, to be honest. Princeton, James Madison, Iona, Evansville, all covered. They didn't cover against Purdue and Yale. They lost outright, but they lost to Yale by 3. That game was awesome. That was a tough one, but now you've been off for almost a week. You're back home. Milwaukee played Tuesday. Otherwise, they've been on the road a ton. I'll take Akron. There's, again, 41.5% from 3, and then you got one of the worst 3-point defenses in the country in Milwaukee, and they also foul a ton. So I think Akron ends up just plowing them and running away. Give me Akron minus 13.5. I will bet this one.
Yeah, I'll take Akron minus 13.5, but I'll take the over 168.5.
Yeah, it could be a lot of points.
You know what? I'm pivoting. Give me Akron over 91. I think they no, give me the 13. I don't want to lay 91. That's too high. I'm still on the 13.
All right. What's football today with this slate? LSU's laying 5.5 against DePaul. Over under is 154.5. The LSU at home, not at home. This is in that MTE. DePaul just had a victory against Georgia Tech. We capped that one perfectly, Trevor. LSU 6-0. Now they've been competitive. I'll lay it with LSU, but I am not betting this one because I can't go against my DePaul natives here. I love DePaul. Been backing them. Another good team I've been spot on with. But I don't know which LSU team is going to show up. I expect it to be somewhat closer with both teams being good defensively. But it's tough for me to back DePaul in a tough situation here. So I'll lay it with LSU, no bet.
Yeah, we're all fairly high on DePaul, but I was really high on LSU this year. Really high is a strong word. I was a fan of them. I think they were going to be improved. So we're getting the 5.5 now. DePaul, yes, you won against Georgia Tech. You pulled away late, but your wins are Chicago State, Stonehill, Gardner-Webb, Detroit Mercy, and then a late pull away from Georgia Tech. LSU has at least played some teams. They're not amazing. I mean, Drake, FIU, Tarleton, New Orleans, which New Orleans has been a world beater. May not sound like they're a great team, but they've been performing this year. LSU's got size, length, athleticism against DePaul. I think it's a game DePaul just falls on their face, and LSU gets it done. So I'll take LSU laying the 5.5. Might bet this one. I mean, I said I wasn't going to bet much. Now I have like fucking 11 bets out for this slate today. So we'll see if I bet this one, but there's a good chance I will. So DePaul or LSU minus the 5.5.
I'll take the DePaul plus the 5.5. I think they've tested themselves a few times, and I don't think LSU has really tested themselves besides the Drake game that they won by 9. So give me DePaul plus the 5.5.
All right. Getting down to the nitty gritty here. Only a few left. Fordham's laying 6.5 against Albany. Over/unders 138.5. Listen, I know Albany's kind of ass. I get it. Albany defensively could cause problems or be problematic for themselves. Now, this game in Canada, though, who's Fordham to be laying points, in my opinion? Now they actually have we just had Albany play Colgate. Fordham just went down wire to wire against that Canadian team or whoever that they played in this MTE. Albany fought hard with Colgate. It was a very good game. I think Albany competes yet again against this Fordham team. I'll take Albany plus 5.5, 6.5. Check what number I get it at on the picks page. They're gonna get there. Let's go, Hasty. Cheers.
Yeah, who the fuck is Fordham to lay 6.5? This team is shaving points. Give me Albany at 6.5. I'm not betting this game though. No chance I'm getting involved in a Fordham game. They are suspicious, to say the least.
I don't mind the over here if I was going to play something, so I'll be on the Albany Fordham over 138.5. Probably going to be a no bet though for me.
All right, the penultimate game of the night, 10 o'clock. After a long gap, nothing from 8 to 9 Eastern or 8 till 8 to 10.
I kind of like that though. I'd much rather have a late night game where I can just like sit on the couch, maybe fall asleep watching some shitty hoops, except for the last game. So I like this. I'm a big fan of this. I'm glad we don't have like a last game at like 7 o'clock and then 9. It's like, okay, now what do we do for the rest of the night?
I hate it. I want more basketball. Sacramento State's laying 10.5. The over/unders 146.5 against Pacific. Or Sacramento State's catching 10.5. This number is continuing to climb. Pacific, we've been really spot on with. Sacramento State just had a big win after just no showing against UCLA and Cal. They had a D2 win where they put up 94. Pacific has been riding high. Defensively, they're pretty much juggernauts here. Is this too many points for you guys, or is Pacific going to continue riding this momentum at home and disrupt Mike Bibby?
Mike Bibby, Sac Kings legend. But, yeah, I mean, Sacramento State, they've hit the road, lost to Davis by 4, and then UCLA and Cal just pummeled them, but that's UCLA and Cal. Pacifics look good. I mean, their 2 losses are Nevada by 1, and then FAU blasted them on the road. But they're back home. They haven't played since Tuesday. Sac State coming off of a D2 win, sick. And they haven't played in a while, and now they're hitting the road again. I'll take Pacific. No bet. This number is just a tad big for my Pacific liking.
I kind of like the over in this game. I think this one sneaks by, though. This will be a live angle here late in the night. Check, like Trevor said, check and see it later on if we bet this. But, yeah, I kind of like this over to sneak by. I think Pacific wins this game like 82 to 82 to like 70 or 82 to 68.
Yeah, I'll take Sacramento State plus the 10.5. Pacific was out on the East Coast for a whole week. Now they got to travel back and play a home game within 3 days. Sac State's always stayed out. They've stayed out in California. I'm too nervous to bet this though because I do think Dave Smart could just do a masterclass coaching job over Mike Bibby. Mike Bibby, the players at Sacramento State, they've got talent. I just don't think that they have a system. They just kind of play backyard ball and just try to score. And so that's what kind of really scares me with a defense the Pacific has. I think they can maybe shut them down and run away with it. But I do think if the spot tells me it's Sacramento State plus the points.
All right, final cap of the night. Oregon State's laying a point against Cal Baptist. The over-under's 137.5. Cal Baptist, a solid defense. This game is in Corvallis. Cal Baptist defensively is dominant. They got a lot of size. They got a lot of rebounding ability, and have been able to disrupt teams on second chance opportunities. Oregon State definitely has some big men as well that are capable, but rebounding wise, statistics don't lie here. And I think Cal Baptist is going to have a chance to go into Corvallis and really, really disrupt Oregon State here. I like the Lancers. This team has really picked it up this year and could be a total problem. I like Cal Baptist money line, and I think Trevor's got another play in this as well too.
Yeah, it's not really pretty. I was kind of thinking this total was low. Rhythm likes the over as well. I'm going to end up playing the over, a little late night over in Corvallis. I think Cal Baptist is live too. Not that, a 1.5 is a crazy fucking spread to where that's a crazy money line call, but Oregon State, that's the weird spot. You don't want to go on a Tuesday if you're Oregon and go play them. And the weekends, like they're not I'm not saying they're not the same, but it's not as sleepy of a spot. I think Cal Baptist can score. I think Oregon State will score. We're going to see free throws and end up pushing this over. I mean, granted, you look on paper, neither of these teams look great, but the turnovers should lead to some runouts for the other side. Both shoot free throws respectively. And Oregon State lives at the free throw line. Cal Baptist can give it up at the free throw line also. So I think we're going to see plenty of free throws, stopped clock, and turnovers ending in runouts for points. So I'll take the over 137.5 in this one. Late night over sweat. Keep your eyes open and root for points.
Yeah, give me I'll ride the over with you there, Trev. I'll also be on Cal Baptist money line as well. I think they're the better team, clearly the better rebounding team, better defensive team. I think in all facets of the game, they're just a better team overall than Oregon State. And they also do have Dominique Daniels, who's an electric lefty point guard who I love to back because when the game, you need a bucket down the stretch, he's the guy that they lean to. So I'll back Cal Baptist, and I like the over as well.
My dog just woke up from his nap and he's looking at me because I need to feed him. So
did he bark though?
That's help. He didn't bark, but he woke up from his nap and came out and
no, the system is the bark. You got to wait for the bark.
He's a good dog. He doesn't bark like that, bro. But it's any activity because he was sleeping, so I'm taking that.
Maybe it shows he's going to hang around. Cal Baptist will hang around.
He wants food. I like Cal Baptist, and I like the over there. We just shouted out a few rhythm plays. The over, Georgia Southern, Houston Christian, over Canisius, Buffalo, over Cal Baptist, Oregon State, and then UTA money line. So we got some good rhythm plays today. We got some make sure to give them a follow and a shout on social media. Make sure to give our video a like. It helps us out a lot. Appreciate you, chat, all in the chat and your community, dropping your plays. Make sure to hit your football rivalry bets, hit your college basketball bets. And, maybe if you're like at a watch party watching college basketball, make them turn on Buffalo Canisius. Like, make them do it. Like, this is what we're watching, guys. We're watching Buffalo Canisius. So
you want to watch some high-level ball? Let's put on Buffalo Canisius.
Yeah. You guys, all right, I just had to suffer through Michigan, Ohio State. I mean, my goodness, can we turn on Mercer versus Elon? That's actually a great one. So that could actually stir some eyes there. But
Cal Baptist Oregon State's going to be a good game too. It's the latest game, but I think it'll be a top 3 game today, to be honest.
Yep. Chat, you guys are the best. Appreciate you guys. Enjoy your Saturdays. Have a good Saturday. Elliot, Trevor, any final thoughts here before we get out of here?
No, don't really. It's bounced back today. Yesterday it started great. And then that mid-afternoon Florida State on was horrendous for me. So we're going to bounce back today with some nasty fucking plays, but today's the day. We're going to get her done.
Yeah, good luck, everyone. Elliot,
Nope,
welcome back.
I got to get out of here. So let's cash some tickets. It'll be a good time. Hopefully, I'll get some eyes on some games, but might be busy throughout the day. So, I hope everybody wins.
For Thanksgiving, Elliot's he's got like 9 Thanksgivings. It's tough for him, but hey, it's good. It's good. Enjoy your family. This slate.
I've got a parlay before we.
It's not even on TV. Actually, I don't even think really.
A lot of ESPN Plus today. No quad box.
ESPN Plus. Hey, Grandma, do you got ESPN Plus? Nice turkey, by the way. Yes, you got an ESPN.
Before we dabble out of here, I have one parlay.
ESPN Plus.
There we go. I have one parlay. SEMO money line, South Dakota money line, American plus 1.5, plus 402, half unit. Fuck it. Just have a little fun parlay for the day.
You just took over the triple threat parlay by yourself? Damn.
No, I did it in there, but yeah. Let's do that too. And you guys want to do that or no?
Absolutely. Indiana's already up on Bethune-Cookman, by the way, 17-9. Navy up 4-2 on SELA. Yeah, I'll take a triple threat parlay in this disgusting slate. Elliot, do you want to take the rhythm one of UTA? Is that going to be yours?
No, I'm gonna leave that for just the play. I should probably do that, but
you know me, I'm going Pepperdine. Come on, Pepperdine, bounce back spot. Yep.
I'll go high point. I'll go high point team total over 88.5.
That was gonna be mine. No worries, we can get this done. Give me Drake plus 3.5. I think they get this one done. I think they're live today. I'll take that 3.5. Probably should have typed this in right quick, but I'm gonna guess it's somewhere around 4 something. Drake, we got high points. Where you at? There it is. And then what was the last one? Drawing a blank. Pepperdine.
Yep.
Pepperdine money line. That was money line you wanted?
Yeah.
All right, Pepperdine money line. That is going to equal out to. Wait a minute, why can't I? It won't let me parlay all 3. What the fuck? Right. It says 2-pick parlay. Nope, that is a 3-picker. Not sure why it won't let me. We'll put it into the thing. Once
M&M parlay will be back. It's not today, but it will be back. We got a lot of plays already to give out. But it's solid. It's 9-2, sitting at 9-2 currently on the record. So, but we'll be back. And remember, we're not back until Sunday night. So we're not back tonight. No double episode like Thanksgiving night. But we are back. Stay tuned. Sunday night, we're going to be going over the December 1st Monday slate. We got some decent games on, and it's going to be kind of back to somewhat normal, a Super Tuesday. So Monday night's going to be a huge episode. And then I believe Tuesday night's going to be the rhythm engineer coming on and one of the founders. So, yeah, stay tuned up for that. Everyone have a great weekend. We'll see you tomorrow night. Peace and love, everyone.
Toodles.